Right, you wonderful and lovely people. I know you're already gonna hit the like button below, that'd be great, thank you. Let's try and get to 2,000 likes, that'd be fabulous. Or I will never talk about Adam's mum again, which you'll be devastated about. Tell your mum, thanks for tea last night, by the way. It was really nice. What I'm doing today is fit a fuse. Sorry, he's having a mare with the grid switch. Doing a fuse board for Ad. He's going around, got a few tiny little bits left to second fix. So he's giving me the task of the fuse board, which is here. Cables are there. The tails run through the soil stack just over here to a KMF switch. So board's gonna go on there. We've got some 4x2 trunk in. That's located within the middle. I'm gonna bring this, I'm gonna chop this piece of wood out, mount the board central, but also on this lip to cover up the mess of the old hole. I'm gonna get a multi-tool in there and just cut these flush, so that's nice. Right, I'm gonna try and do this a bit more often to show you guys how I break things down. So these are all our circuits that we've got of what's going in. I'm not gonna read it out, you can see that there, that's no problem. We want to be putting a blank, like I try and do most boards, between each individual circuit change. I mean, you have got the cooker, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got space for 3 breakers, it's a 14-way board. So I'll leave, like Adam just said, in case they want a car charger at some point, I'll put a blank, so I use all my 3 blanks. We'll do, so you'll go SPD, main switch, breaker for the SPD, ball to go hob, then we'll go blank, and then we'll go cooker, and then we'll go blank. We'll do all the 20 amps blank, or the 6 amps. I'm gonna run 2 lengths of trunking down from the top entry, to run my high load circuits in on this side with the tails, and then the lighting will probably come on this side. And then we can either do a couple of 20 amps either side, just depending for neatness of the board. We've got loads of length. I'm gonna bring it down like I did on the last one, and bring it up, so the board can be changed in the next 20, 30 years. Adam will still be a young whippersnapper. I'll be retired, probably in a wheelchair. Or on stage, Mr. Olympian, I'm saying that. Just... Because we've got a hole that's in the center up there, I'm gonna have to measure down the trunk in, that is the middle, and put them next to each other, spread it down, drill a hole. But because this here is not held onto anything right now, I'm gonna put a space behind, drill this, fix this, because obviously I'm going to end up chopping sections out for the trunking, and I don't want this sodding off. Yep. Adam's been using some new Fisher plugs, and they take 6mm, and I'll be honest with you, they're really, really good. As much as I didn't want to jump on the hype train of, oh, it's a raw plug and this is loads better. It is loads better. So I found a little scrap of wood outside. It's like 22mm thick ply. That'll do me good enough to slot under there, brace up. So I marked out what I want. Just pulled all them cables off completely out from above. Brace this off, drill this, cut this. Wonderful. That's pretty good, you know. I slower through the ball than I did, and that's fine. Got little Adam's tiny little delicious box. Nice. Even labelled, mate. Who's taught you how to do all that?
Not you.
Yeah, fact. So these are the Fisher ones. They're a bit fancier than my normal cheap red plugs, but Adam has convinced me I'm going to get some. I've just had an idea, and I need you guys to write it down in the comment section so I actually remember. Is like this, the hoover's sat on the other side of this glass here, and I'm hoovering here. To turn it off, I've got to get down, turn it off, come back up in the same place. I want to put a wireless switch, and I get it on a little key fob, let's say, or have a little button and a magnet or carabiner or whatever. So when you're kneeling down, you're hoovering and whatnot, and in between doing stuff, let's say you're chopping boxes out, and you want to hoover it a little bit, check the box and whatnot, but you don't want the hoover too close to you because it's really hot and it covers you in dust, is do a kinetic wireless socket that the hoover plugs into, have the hoover turn on all the time, and then just click it on and off as and when you need it, and have it in a little fob hook on the side of your bag, and every time you use your corded, obviously, hoover, you could do that. What a brainwave! While we're thinking of it, guys, we're just going to chuck it in the water. Instead of coming down in trunking and messing around, we might as well go up and follow the main tails down into the soil stack where the main water ISO is. And then the same thing with the gas. People aren't going to like it, but I'm going to run the cable down and cable tie to the gas pipe because it's visible it could be moved if the gas meter gets changed, all that sort of stuff, and I can do a pig's tail on it. Let me know the regs why we're not allowed to do that, but it doesn't get hot, it doesn't get cold, it's a gas pipe, so okay then. I was about to measure and cut the trunk in there, but realistically I'm bringing the trunk in all the way through, aren't I? So through the shelf layer and the bracket layer, so I need to do a measurement all the way to the board to get a full length. My level wouldn't fit, and I moaned to Adam and said, you got a smaller level? He went, you got your laser level in there, bro. It's like, God, you've been taught well. This wall is not flat and not level across the top, but it is what it is. So this is the edges of our trunking and centre point for both bits. So I'm just going to do that, and then I can draw on the wood below roughly what I need.
That's like we're doing it rough in there.
No, roughly, boy, to stick the tape measure all the way through and get an accurate measurement of the trunking length I need. Alrighty then. Right, I've got that drill through. I've done a bit of faffing, so I took out the one I put in. I've made a longer one. I've braced that across so it's in line with that. I've also screwed this just to allow the base of the trunking to sit on. I'm going to put some PVA in here just to seal this up. If you want to put some surface filler, well, I say surface filler, but you know what I mean, some filler in this in the future. But that's all flush, so it's perfect. Line across there, that is to the bottom of our trunking, so we get the measure now. Before I measure this, this is Adam's one. The ends were ass, they always are manufacturers, so I've just squared it all off so it's nice and neat. Unfortunately the ceiling's not quite square, but I've got some caulking in the van just to neaten this up. But all I'm going to do is 47 on every edge. Hopefully if my cut's clean enough, it can be the start of the next length of trunking, but we shall see. As I say, with when you're cutting trunking as well, you've got to use the blade at an angle, not flat either way. So we don't want to be going straight down and we don't want to be going straight across, because you've got so much more room for the blade to physically take you in other directions. So we sit at maybe a 45-degree angle. So the width of the blade allows you to travel in the straightest line possible. Obviously you need to keep an eye on it, but like this, you've got so much room for error because of this, and same with plunging. So got the square out, I'll square all the way around and I'll show you what I mean. Keeping this bit, so we want to try and cut on this edge. So, moment of truth, you just see me drill the back out of these. So, get the brackets on, slide them in, dory, like you say. I want the bottom to be level because the ceiling, as you can see, shoots out up here. Mainly, don't say anything. And when people say to you as well, metal cap everything because it protects the cables from people drilling. This entire wall here is metal capping behind this, and this SDS you just plough through it. So. Oh, completely unnecessary, but it's in and done. So this is what it looks like down below. In, across, so now we can get the board up, cut the top out and all that sort of stuff. Once that is done, what I'm also going to do, a little tip and trick, which I don't really get the chance to do very often, is when we got our breakers there, obviously we've got looking directly onto the board. Live is on the right, neutral is on the left, I think. I did a Verso board the other week. But we've got the chance to bring the cables down in the right rotation that we want. Get them brought in right rotations, and once it's stripped, it goes lovely into it, rather than as it comes into the board, it twists. So if you've got the time to do it, this is what I can say to you guys you can do, make the job a little bit neater. But time constraint and all that sort of stuff, then just twist it while it's in the board. Right, I'm just going around with the set square, put it on here. Our trunking edge is 4, I've gone in 3, use the indent and run the Sharpie down. This is the edge of the trunking, so we've done an internal square smaller. I'm going to get a 25mm hole saw bit, 25mm hole there, 25mm hole there, and then we'll chamfer off the back. Actually, we might bring it a lip, because sometimes we've had it being a bit funny with the grommet strip, where you've got to turn it so it goes around internally here, but then the metal flips over. So I might do, for the first time ever, one that's not, it's a bit off. So let's say if we stick it on the one there, and that'll give us enough of a lip to put that on there. I can easily get all the cables in there. Tails, 10mm, 6mm, 2.5, 1mm. Yeah, that should be enough, but then we might have to just dull this down from a 25mm to a 20. No, I'll sit it on a 25. I'll still use the 25 on both ends, and then I can always just angle it in a little bit for that. Also as well, I was careful not pushing too hard. Never mind. Because we're on the edge of knockouts here and here, if you push too hard, it honestly will knock that out and you've just screwed the whole thing up. So go steady, let the teeth do the work. As you can see, it's just drying. I used both lengths of the grommet strip. There's a join there and there, but I wanted the continuous long one to take the brunt of the force, which would be where the cables pull through. That's just drying with some super glue. But I know this looks like a hideous mess. Tails down, we've got the earth in one side. Like I said, I've pulled everything up and then pulled everything back down. I'm doing brown on the right, down here, so it matches up with the breakers. And I'm actually going to try something a little bit different in a little bit the first time. I'm doing a board. I'm actually going to strip everything before the board goes on to see if it makes my life any easier next time. It's one thing I've never tried, so like I said, I can try all this for you guys. If it's any good, great, copy me. If it's not, don't bother, don't waste your time. Oh, voila. Right, put some cable ties on these just to bridge it. Ideally, I could have done with 3 saddles or the, whatever you want to call them, the D-line stuff. The longer ones, which I used to have, and I don't know where they are. So this is what we've got. Earthing arrangements, whatever, cool, okay. What my plan is down here, come with me. I've got my fixes already in here and here and here for the fuse board. The fuse board butts directly up, which is fantastic. I won't cut the tails, but everything else, I sort of want to leave the sleeving on and push it behind the din rail and loop it over. But the problem with that is, especially the 10mm, the thickness will only just go behind the din rail, but then you won't be able to clip the breaker on, the RCBO, whatever. So I might hold the board up, work a line, snip everything, strip everything back, label the ends of everything, and then I've got a perfect line across, slide the board on, I've took the din rail out of the fuse board, which is here, and then we can link all our cables. So all the CPCs will go up to the left to the bar, neutrals and obviously lives will go into the back of the RCBOs and do it that way. So that's the plan. So I thought I'd show you where I'm at, just because I want to show you sleeve it. The first time I've actually used it in action. We've got a line, we're cutting everything to that, so I'll show you what I'm doing with this one. Strip that, read what it is. It is Adam's handwriting, it is the boiler. Got brown on the right, absolutely delicious. Right, we're on circuit 5, so I'm just doing 5 dashes here, 5 dashes up here, 1, 4, 5. And the sleeving, so obviously normally you can just magnet it to the side of the fuse board because it's got a magnet on it, but just snipping this a little bit short. Obviously this is going to be wasted and there's a lot of excess here, but I want to try something new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, this is where we're at. Everything is labelled, stripped, sleeved, everything's ready to go. Not only did I write stuff there and in the middle, I then wrote on the installation as well. Worst case scenario, if I lose it or rubs off over there, I can trace back to the sleeving. Everything there is written down into the equivalent numbers down there, which is good. Downside to this is you've probably seen on my phone, it's 2 o'clock right now. I've been doing this since, I'll probably start this about 9:30, 10ish because of helping stuff with Adam, but this has taken a very, very long time just to do this. Does it look wicked cool? Yes. But we'll see if it's any easier doing this way, because now I've got to get this on. So I've taped this off, so slide the board on and then screw that in place. Bring all the earths out in place first. I think I'm going to screw them in and then I'll put the din rail in and then I think the RCBOs and the cables, but we'll see. I've not done it this way before, so let's all find out together. Okay, then take care of it. this is where we're at. All in, curled round, loads of length. And believe it or not, for how long I left these cables, which is all the way down here, I've only snipped off that much in length. So I'm quite glad I used all that. There's me thinking I'm going to waste loads of earth leaving. Well, not really. Right, got that in. Still looking good. I'm in a tough spot now whether to not to bend the cables back up, loop them down, come back up for the breakers ready, or put the breakers in, and then try and feed the cables up behind. But I can't see that going very well. But I'm still loving it. Still looks great. I thought I'd just jump back in and show you before I just started doing it so it actually makes sense. This is what I've done. I started to do the first circuit, the 10mm for the hob, but trying to get the fly leads in for the RCBOs, I always start from the left now and work your way back because you can tuck it in, go neat one by one as a cross. So yeah, I've gone left hand side, looped it down, bent it up. There we go. Wonderful. Definitely better doing it this way. This is what I meant earlier about the fly leads for the neutrals, is trying to keep these down and out, pull across. If I start from there, you have to then feed over all the breakers that you've just put in, or the RCBOs. But then when we're doing this now, the cables that I'm about to pull up from down here and tuck under will catch on these. So it's like, it's easier now for me to just to pull these three, these are the socket circuits on this side, up so I can get these done, batch that, do the same thing, and there's only 3 different circuits there, pull that up, put these breakers in, put these breakers in. Yeah, but yeah, it's all good. I am sweating, hot, and hungry. Right, so that's the board on, done. We've got all the lovely slack underneath.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, mate. When you come in 25 years to change this board, you're going to go, oh.
That's the lid for the trunk kid.
It's up on the top, it is.
That's all right.
I think it's somewhere else.
You not binned it?
No, it's here. So I was just going to do that on camera, show you guys how you're going to end up getting on and off, because obviously how tight it is. Yeah. Gas pipe is big cable tied all the way down and on. So, you know, we've got a bit of heat shrink. We've got a crimp. Fabulous. Sue me. No, sue Adam. Right. Let's see if this works. Already doesn't look like it's going to work. That's great. Some things that I shouldn't show off on YouTube because it was silly. Oh no, well, we're all right, guys. We're living the dream. Fabulous. And if we look underneath, whoop, absolutely beautiful. This video is sponsored by Traderify. Me and Adam have just finished the rewire, all put in, all hunky-dory. I'm going to be sending Adam an invoice through Traderify, but the cool thing with Traderify, if you've got a few people that you subcontract out with or work together, is he's linked my Traderify and his Traderify together, and Mitch has as well. So whenever we have work for each other, we can literally book the other one in through our Traderify, which notifies them, they accept it, and then it fills in their diary and their schedule, and the same as mine with the colour that you choose to put them as. So I think I'm blue for Adam, he's orange for me, I'm green for Mitch. So it's a great way that you can book work in, not just for yourself, but for other people that subcontract. It's a 14-day free trial in the link down below, or 30% off for the first 3 months. Go and check it out. Another week has passed, even though it's Monday. Another rewire done. That's what I should have started off with, really. We're just going around testing now. I'm not going to show any testing because the video is long enough, and at the same point, the customer will be here in 5 minutes, and Adam said we'd be done by now. So it's his fault. Isn't that right, Adam?
It's all right, you haven't dragged my feet.
Dragging my feet, right, okay. It's been good. So you haven't seen this, but what Adam's did was put a bit of bond in. The customer's a paint decorator, so he's asked us to sink it back a bit, him to sink it back a bit, which he's done. I've taught him well. Customer's just turned up, Adam's just run through everything. We've finished, board is labelled, fully tested, up and over, fabulous, as we can see here. All the information on there, which I'm not going to show you, because it's all Adam's stuff, and that's not fair. So, once again guys, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Maybe go to Adam's channel, give his videos a watch, maybe subscribe to him as well. I'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye.